Hello everyone, welcome back to Budget Scenery Workshop. Hope you're all keeping safe. So today's video is indeed December's patron voted video, and this month it's how to make a D&D character. So right off the bat I will tell you that you don't have to watch this video at all. It's been done to death, but I will go through it in more detail, perhaps including something that others miss out. So if you're a complete beginner, this will be a good place to start. Or I will also point this out. Again, you don't have to watch this video. There is an app you can get for your phone. It is called Dnd Player, I believe. It's basically just a character creation app you can get for your smartphone. I assume you can get it on like an iPhone and tablet and Android as well. So yeah, just check the Play Store for that app. This video isn't sponsored, by the way. I just use it because it's quick and easy. Okay, so with that out of the way, what will you need? Well, I guess you're going to need yourself. As long as you have a brain, you're off to an excellent start. Next, what you'll need is 4 d6s. Why not a d20? Well, it just eliminates the risk of, rolling nothing but ones. And you'll need a piece of paper and a pencil. I guess an eraser would be handy as well. Okay, with all that out of the way, let's get on with creating a brand new D&D character. Okay. Part 1. What do you need to start off with? You want a basic idea of what kind of character you want to play in D&D. Do you want to be strong? Do you want to be clever? Do you want to be witty? Do you want to be charming? Do you want to kill people with your words? Whatever. You just have a basic gist of what character you would like to play. Okay, I'm just going to go through the collection of D&D 5th edition books and sets I have, just to give you a rough idea of where I started. Okay, the very first thing I bought was the Player's Handbook. This will tell you how to create your starting character. It gives you a good few races. If you're thinking of going into more the Dungeon Master role of the game, get yourself Dungeon Master's Guide. If anyone wants an explanation of these, just drop a comment. But self-explanatory. You want to be a Dungeon Master, get the Dungeon Master's Guide. Also, if you're going to go down the Dungeon Master route, or if you just want to do your research, Monster Manual. All the monsters in a manual. Okay, those were the first 3 books I bought. Then I kind of did this the wrong way around. After all that, then I bought the starter set. So perhaps if you're literally just starting out, start here. If you've ever seen it on YouTube, channels doing the Lost Mines of Phandelver, I probably pronounced that wrong, but whatever. It's from the starter set. Then next, I bought the Essentials kit. This gives you lots more bits. These aren't included, by the way, or these spider swarms, or these dice. But it comes with some cards, it comes with a DM screen, comes with another new adventure. Also, in the starter set, there is already pre-made character sheets. I believe there's like 4 or 5. Then we move on to the actual adventure books. These just expand on characters. I think each of them, they include a new race for a character, new equipment and stuff. So there's Mythic Odysseys of Theros. Horde of the Dragon Queen. I think I'm watching a Let's Play on YouTube of that now. At the start of it, they do they try and lift the dragon. Cool. Then I think this is a follow-on from Horde of the Dragon Queen, The Rise of Tiamat. So yeah, obviously there's countless numbers of books. Well, not countless there, you can count them. But there's, off the top of my head, no idea. There's a lot of campaign books. But yeah, a good place to start is obviously the starter set. And if you want to get more in depth, the player handbook is one of my 2 definite things you'll need. Okay, now the character sheet. Okay, so here in the starting set, they give you a good handful of pre-made character sheets. So if you want to start here, that is a good thing to do from the starter set. But if you want to create a brand new character, they also include a lovely, fresh, empty character sheet for you to create a character. So, after you've got a basic idea of your character, the next thing you want to do is choose a race. Then you want to check your racial specific perks and traits. You can include height, age, also include speed. That's how fast they walk. He'll be in foot. There are any special abilities, and if they have proficiencies, and I will write those down, and then I will quickly go through all those. Okay, so I've gone for a human. His alignment is neutral good, so he always tries to do good by what he assumes is good. I called him Randall. His base walking speed is 30 foot, and in the player handbook on page 31, that it says humans' ability scores are all increased by 1, so I've just marked a little 1 in each of the ability boxes. And for the moment, languages is all humans know common, and some of them like to throw in some orc curse words in with common, so I really like that detail because I like watching. Have you ever watched Firefly or Serenity? It's mainly English speaking, but they throw in some curse words in Chinese. Okay, age 23, height 5'11", because that's my height. It's good height. Weight 220 pounds, blue eyes, fair skin, and brown hair. So, human. There's no sub-race of human. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick class. Then I will be checking all the class features and marking those down. And once I've done with that, I will talk through it and explain what I've done. Okay, so I've picked my class and got them all written out. I've gone for the fighter. Without adding any modifiers just yet, my maximum hit points are 10. Got a +2 proficiency bonus. Hit die, D10. And what do I come with, so to speak? Chainmail armor. You get longbow and 20 arrows. I've gone for 2 hand axes, and I've gone for the Dungeoneers pack. So yeah, I'm proficient in all armor, and I can use shields. My fighting style, I've decided to go for archery in the player handbook. That is on page 72, and the same goes for second wind, which is on page 72. So I will just quickly explain. Second wind, sorry. You have a limited well of stamina that you can draw on to protect yourself from harm. On your turn, you can use a bonus action to regain hit points equal to 1d10 plus your fighter level. So I'm level 1, so 1d10 plus 1. Once you use this feature, you must finish a short or long rest before you can use this again. Okay, so for saving throws, the best ones that you're proficient in is Strength and Constitution, and for the ability scores, the best one that I think to go for the fighter is Strength, so that will be modified later. I've put a little star beside it so I don't forget, and that's it for this one. Next, we're going to go on to the actual ability scores. Okay, so for ability scores, what you want to get yourself is 4d6. Like I said, it just eliminates you getting like a 1 or a 2 for a load of abilities. So what you want to do is you want to roll all 4, then take away the lowest, then whatever's left out of those 3 is your ability. So if you don't want to do them in order, what I like to do is just roll them, then write them down, then transfer that onto there, just so I can put them in a little bit easier and see what I'm working with. Okay, good roll, good roll. So there is 12 and 4 and another 4. So take away 1 4. So 16. That's good. So 10, 10, 16 and 4. Take away the 4. So what do we have? 10, 16 again. It's going to be a good character. Okay, so 6, 10, 11, 12 and 1. So take away the 1, so that's 12. So what do we have? 16, 16, 12. 1, 2, 3. 3 more. So 3, 6, 7, 8. 1, take away the 1, so that's 8. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, take away the 1, so that's 11. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, take away the 1, 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Okay, so now you have them written down. You can then decide which order to put them in to fit in with your class. So I'm a fighter. I want my strength to be one of the highest, so I'm going to put 16, but I have a +1 to all, so that goes 17. Yes, 17. Then the next one, I want to be Constitution. So again, because of the +1, 17. Now Dexterity. Yes, I want Dexterity to be the next one. So 12 plus 1, 13. So what do we have? 16, 16, 12. Intelligence. We'll make that 8. So at least it's boosted up to 9. And wisdom. We'll have that as 9 again. So then it's boosted up to 10. Then what we're left with charisma. Be quite charismatic, being a fighter, well-travelled. So we'll put that 11 plus 1, 12. And that is that done. Now, when you're using the app, the Dnd Player app on your phone, there will be a section before you get started in all this saying how would you like to create a character. If you choose standard array, there will be already a set number, and all you have to do is pick each number for each ability. So once again, it is much easier doing it on your phone using the app. Okay, so next section will be background and just a little description of your character. Okay, so for my background description, equipment and other items, what I've gone for, there'll be a list depending on what kind of background you want to go to. I've gone with Folk Hero, which is page 131 in the player handbook. So what have I gone for? Defining event, D10, and that was number 5, which is I led a militia to fight off an invading army. Then the next one was D8, number 5. I am confident in my own abilities and do what I can to install confidence in others. For ideals, I went for D6, number 5 again, which is because I decided kind of neutral. I went with there's no good in pretending to be something I'm not. My bonds, which is D6, I went for number 1, which was I have a family, but I have no idea where they are. One day I hope to see them again. And for flaws, which is D6, I went for number 1, which is the tyrant who rules my land will stop at nothing to see me killed, which is all very bleak. And weapons, I decided to go with a great axe, which I have a 1d12, which is a 1d12 slashing damage. And attack bonus, we'll go through that in the next stage when I do modifiers. So I have a great axe, a longbow, and 2 hand axes. And the equipment, I have a Dungeoneer's pack, a shovel, an iron pot, common clothes, and for my little bit extra, the artisan supplies, I've gone for brewer's supplies, just so I can make my fellow adventurers, or at least attempt to, make some, brews along the way. Why not? And my starting gold, I rolled a d4, and you roll that 5 times, then you multiply it by 10, and I ended up with 150 gold. Then I started with a pouch of 10 gold coins, so that boosts that up to 160 gold pieces. Also, not including any modifiers or anything yet, we'll go through that next. My armor class is 16, which means basically on a D20, 5. That wouldn't hit. On a D20, the DM would at least have to get a 16 to hit you. Okay, so we've gone through equipment, weapons, and armor. Chainmail I'm wearing, and I have 20 arrows with my longbow. 20. Just so you can keep count of how many arrows you have. I believe if you search the bodies once the enemies are defeated, you can retrieve a certain amount of arrows, but you'll have to check with your DM So yes, so next what we're going to do is we are going to work out the modifiers for your ability scores. Okay, so now we're going to go through the ability score modifiers. So for on page 173 in the player's handbook, on the bottom left hand side, well, bottom left hand side of the page. Okay, so strength was 17, so we look here 16 to 17, which gives us a modifier of +3. Strength, dexterity was 13, so we get a +1 on that. Constitution again was 17, so with that one again we get a +3. It's a really good sounding character, this. Intelligence, that was only 9, so 8 to 9 we get -1 for intelligence. We're not known to be very clever. Okay, so wisdom, that's 10, so that's no modifier there, just put a little 0. And charisma was 12, so for that we get +1. So what does all that mean? Basically, it means when you're going to attack with your great axe here, it only comes up with 8 because of your strength modifier, or no, it's proficiency bonus. Proficiency bonus, because you're proficient in the great axe, you get a +2. So say if what you were hitting had an armor class of 8, or no, 10, that makes more sense. So they have an armor class of 10, you rolled an 8, that doesn't hit, but because you have a +2, that boosts that up to 10, so you've hit. So that is the modifiers. Next we're going to move on to saving throws, skills, and your proficiency bonuses. Okay, so I've added my armor class, which is 16 for the chainmail heavy armor. Skills and proficiency bonuses. So my proficiency bonus is +2. So because I'm proficient in, these are for saving throws. So for strength and constitution, because of my class, I'm proficient in strength and constitution, like I said, so I get to add +3, then because I'm proficient in it, +2, so that makes it a +5 to any strength or constitution saving throws. For the rest of them, all you have to do is just put in the modifiers that you have here. So for dexterity, +1, intelligence, -1, wisdom, 0, charisma, +1. Okay, for my background, I believe I was proficient in animal handling and survival. So, wisdom, I didn't have any modifiers down here, but I'm proficient in it, so +2. And again, survival, +2. The rest of them, it'll say in a little box, little brackets just beside it. Each one, intelligence, dexterity. So all you have to do is look, charisma. So you look over here, charisma is +1. So for deception, +1. Very simple. I didn't, these were the things that confused me the most of all, but now that I'm looking at it and I've gone through it very slowly, It's like hilariously easy. It just makes sense. Okay, so because I'm proficient in the great axe, longbow, and hand axes, I get to add my proficiency bonus onto any attack bonuses. So again, D20, I get a 6, but because I'm proficient in them, that boosts it up to 8. And what else have I got? I believe that's it. All you have to do then is just, if you want, for extra RP purposes, you can come up with an age, height, weight, eyes, what kind of skin you have, your hair, and that is about it, except for hit points. Hit points for my human fighter, it was a hit points of 10, but then you add your constitution modifier on top of that, so that boosts that up to 13. That just means, you have to be hit for a total of 13 before you go down, basically. Then you make saving throws. Death saves. I mean, death saves. Okay. So, and I don't have to worry about any spells or spell casting. Just, I've gone for a, just human fighter, fights with his hands and stuff like that. So, if there's anything you want explained, I will explain it very clearly. Just drop a comment and let me know what you're still a little unsure of. Now, I'm not 100% the best person at doing character sheets. I've only ever done them before on, like I mentioned before, on the phone app. So that is, if you're starting out, that is a much better way of creating a character sheet. That way, plus you always have your phone on you, you always have your character sheet on you. Plus you can, I think you can create up to 5 or 6. Yeah, 5 or 6 characters. So yeah, yeah, it's good to have a practice. But if you just like having a good old piece of paper in front of you, then by all means do it this way. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Just let me know in the comments what you think. If you didn't like it, just please let me know what you didn't like about it. I'll admit I probably got this wrong in a couple of places, but I'm pretty sure I didn't. So if you in the comments, if you know if this was right, please give it a big thumbs up and just let me know where I went wrong if I did. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. Don't forget to leave me a like. If you would like to support the channel, you can do so by checking out my Patreon. I will drop a comment, a link down in the comments and in the description. I suggest you go check out those tiers and benefits. Okay guys, thanks for watching. I will see you next time. As ever, stay safe. Bye for now.